Hello and welcome to the Whisky.com news on the 5th of May 2020, and we have a number of very interesting news. The first one is a legal battle between the brand Ardbeg, Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy is the company, and a German company with the brand ArlbergWhisky. There's a region in Germany that's called Arlberg, or is it Austria? But there is a region, and you could say, ArlbergWhisky should be its own brand because, there is a name called Arlberg. But they didn't bring out a German whiskey, they brought out Scotch on the market. And that's why the Ardbeg brand actually won this legal battle, because the European Council or the European bureaucracy, institution, whatever, justice system, thought, you could easily confuse both of them because they sound too similar and they are from similar origins because it's a Scotch. I think they would have decided differently if it would have been a German whiskey. Well, now they have won, and ArlbergWhisky cannot be sold as a Scotch on the market. Then we have news from Balvenie. The Edge of Burnhead Wood, 19 years old, is a new Balvenie whiskey from the series The Balvenie Stories. It's 19 years old. It's the fourth bottling in the series, 48.7%. Unfortunately, we don't know when it will reach the international markets yet. Maybe they will wait a bit. Then we have another lockdown festival from Tomatin. On the 9th of May, the Tomatin Distillery will have another lockdown festival on their YouTube channel. So if you like these, be sure to check them out. Then we have Jura with a new whiskey or a new bottling. It's a Jura very rare vintage 1975. It's limited to 21 bottles, matured in ex-bourbon barrels and finished in Tawny port pipes. 46.2% ABV, and sounds really nice, but the price is around £7,000. So very expensive whiskey, and with that a few whiskeys, there are only a few people in the world who are gonna enjoy this, and probably half of them will be collectors. Then we have news from the United States. Michter is presenting a new 10-year-old whiskey. It's a single barrel Kentucky Straight Bourbon, single barrel, 47.2% ABV, and will come out sometime during May now. And then we have news from Buffalo Trace. Buffalo Trace is displaying or showing the world their first experimental whiskey for 2020. They have done kind of an experimental collection, and this time it's a 12-year wheated bourbon. I'm not quite sure why they call it wheated, because it's 4 years matured in new casks. Then they water it down to 100 proof, which is 50% ABV, and then they bring it into new casks, or in the same cask for 8 more years. So they water it down quite in the middle. Not quite sure why they do it. Maybe they want to disturb the solubility and change something there. I'm not quite sure, but it will be available in May in a very limited capacity. Then we have some news from the international market. The Slyrs Distillery from Germany, quite in the region from us, brings out 2 new editions. The Slyrs Single Malt Mountain Edition and the Wendelstein Mountain Edition. It was stored at 1,005 meters height, at least 5 years of maturation, and it's 50.3% ABV, limited to 1,838 bottles, because the Wendelstein, the mountain where they store it, is 1,838 meters high. And we will have that here on the cask at some time in the future. And what is really, really interesting about that is it's one of the casks that has the most temperature fluctuation. So they have 60 degrees Celsius in temperature fluctuation between summer and winter. And last but not least, we have the Floki Double Wood Reserve Mead finish. So it was finished in a honey wine. That's what you call mead cask, and it's 100% from Icelandish organic barley. So very, very interesting new bottling. Hopefully it will be available in higher quantities so we can have a try here on the cask as well. So yeah, thank you very much for watching and see you next time.